Well, I was on a Zoom call to report to the DCF social worker about my husband's report. Attorney Seaver was on the Zoom call, and it was disclosed to me by the social worker from DCF that there was a report against myself too. I was shocked. I was in the hospital at the time, and I was just extremely shocked in disbelief. I couldn't believe it. I've always taken pride in being a mother, a good mother, a great mother. I was very scared. I was very nervous. My husband and I together were very anxious and on high alert. We were with the kids and we were doing our best to take care of them and to tend to them, but everything we did, we had a hard time enjoying ourselves because we were on a getaway visiting my mom, and it was still hard to enjoy the beach and the restaurant with my family and sleep at night because this was in the back of our minds and we had a hard time, trying to be in the moment. So I felt very betrayed by the hospital that I was at. I felt like I was supposed to be in a safe place getting treatment for mental health on the psych unit, and that I was protected, safe, and taken care of. And I felt like somebody betrayed me there. I was anxious at the hospital when I found out my husband was reported. My husband told me he was going to hire a lawyer, that he was doing research. I told him I didn't think it was necessary. So I understood my husband felt safer and he was certain he was going to hire a lawyer. He found good recommendations and reviews about Attorney Seaver amongst a few other lawyers, and he decided to go with Attorney Seaver. I supported him, but still was uncertain. However, when I found out about my allegation, I thought, wow, we definitely need the help. And it's good that we have this attorney. I can't believe that they would do this to us at the hospital. They've turned against us. And, we're very angry at the hospital. The fact that Attorney Seaver represented my husband first with the set fee and then took on my case requesting no additional fees made me feel relieved and comforted and also confident in the attorney to help us, that he was willing to work with both of us now, because that was just a complete shock when I found out about my own allegation. And yes, we're very grateful. My husband and I are very grateful that the Attorney Seaver did not ask for any additional payment to represent me in addition to my husband. Attorney Seaver really prepped me on talking to the DCF social worker, so much to the effect that the DCF social worker was inspired by us and said she should do more for her own pet and exercise like my husband and I do, and have a routine and schedule like we do. I had a phone call prior to the Zoom call with Attorney Seaver and the DCF social worker. Attorney Seaver asked me about my parenting and my schedule with the kids. I explained all the different activities that I do with the kids and the help that we get in the house. Attorney Seaver encouraged me to talk about those things with the DCF social worker during our upcoming Zoom call. On the Zoom call, the Attorney Seaver and the DCF social worker and myself all seemed to get along. The Attorney Seaver supported me, and I felt very confident, very secure, and I felt very positive and optimistic during the phone call. As the meeting went on, I felt like we had a good turnout, that I made a good impression, thanks to Mr. Attorney Seaver helping me and prepping me beforehand during our conversation. Otherwise, I would not have known what to say to a DCF social worker. I would have found her to be very intimidating. However, with the support of Attorney Seaver, the social worker from DCF was courteous, respectful, and seemed to be impressed by my parenting and my husband's parenting. And I thank Attorney Seaver for his help preparing me to have that confidence and have the ability to speak in pride and honestly to the DCF social worker. Attorney Seaver did everything that he said he would do for our case, and I believe he went above and beyond to help us win this case and get the social worker to see honestly that we are good parents, that the accusations were false and bogus. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give Attorney Seaver a 10, 10 out of 10, because he did everything he promised. He got DCF out of our lives and he kept to his word. He communicated with us. He had his paralegal communicate with us. The flexibility that Attorney Seaver offered us in setting up meetings with himself and the DCF social worker was just amazing. My husband works full time. I'm full time parenting the kids, and they're home from school, and we had that trip to Connecticut. So the flexibility helped ease our minds and dealing with this stressful situation. Attorney Seaver made it really easy for us to communicate, to attend the Zoom calls, and through emails. He responded to us in a timely manner, and also through phone calls. Attorney Seaver had a plan that gave my family benefit and great value. He prepared us for the worst possible outcome. However, it was the best possible outcome that indeed happened. I had asked Attorney Seaver the different options that would occur, and we were aiming for the case to be unsupported, and that is what happened. So we're very grateful that this didn't have to go any further into an open case with DCF involved in our lives for the next several months or year, or the risk of losing our kids. We were very scared we'd lose our kids. Attorney Seaver assured us that he would work hard and fight for us and get DCF out of our lives. And that's just what he did. That's just what Attorney Seaver did. We felt more secure in the beginning and middle and end of the process that we had the lawyer, but there were times where we were living in fear that we would lose our kids. Attorney Seaver reminded us that his job was to help get DCF out of our lives quickly, and that's exactly what happened. We were not determined to be neglectful parents, and the case was unsupported. I think the help of Attorney Seaver supported us in our case in preparing us and also strengthening our case, strengthening our family, convincing the DCF social worker. My husband to this day believes that DCF was scared off by us having Attorney Seaver as our representation. I would recommend to any parent with a DCF allegation to hire an attorney, especially Attorney Seaver. There's just no way fighting against DCF without an attorney. DCF is very powerful and has dismantled many homes, and I believe Attorney Seaver is the one to go to and the one to hire. Um, it was definitely worth the money to pay for the lawyer, Attorney Seaver. We had the protection from Attorney Seaver for 5 months. However, we did not need that full 5 months. We're grateful that we paid the money and that the case is closed and that we did not need the full 5 months. If DCF opened the case would have gone further than 5 months and we would have to continue to pay Attorney Seaver. So we're grateful that it was closed quickly, and I hope any parent in our situation would hire Attorney Seaver to get the protection, the safety, the security, and the representation that they deserve. When we found out the outcome, that was a huge weight lifted off of my chest. I was very grateful, thankful, felt very proud of my family, very happy and grateful that we hired Attorney Seaver to represent and fight for us. It was like a big shift in my mental health. I felt like I did a complete 360. Since then, I've felt much more relief, less anxiety, less depression, more engaged with my kids and our activities. Things are going well. I even have a positive attitude about them being home for remote learning. I just feel much better overall.